Hello YouTube. Alright, I wanted to update you on what's going on with the RV Good Enough. I don't know if you can see here, they put wood underneath the tires because the RV had been parked here about 4 or 5 years ago when I bought the house, and it's been sitting here since because it was stuck in the sand. It's like sugar sand. It's just really fine sand, and the tires were stuck, so the RV was stuck. And I kind of left it here because I was planning on using it like almost like a little tiny house, or tiny house on wheels that just sat in the backyard. So if somebody needed a room to stay, I'd have a room for them. And for a while, you know, my daughter was staying here, and then I had some strangers that I let in, and you guys that watched the videos, you know what happened with that. That ended up being a disaster. They ended up causing all sorts of trouble and wanted to sue me and other crazy stuff. You know, they were staying for free water, free electricity. Since that incident, I kind of backed off trying to help people directly because, you know, I got my own issues I got to deal with, and trying to help people, and then they're making more trouble for you. That's the way it goes, right? You help people sometimes, and some of them take advantage, and then they try to make more trouble for you. But anyhow, I don't know if you can see in the yard behind here. This used to be an empty lot. It got cut and stuff because some new people bought it, and I think they were getting ready to put a house here. So they had been prepping the yard, cutting the trees, cutting all the stuff back here, and I think they're coming, although it's starting to overgrow back up a little bit. But I wanted to get rid of the RV before they put their house here, because then it'd be impossible to get out. So I started calling around scrap yards to see what they'd offer me for it. And most of them didn't want to offer that much. They said, you know, they wanted me to do all sorts of stuff like make videos and blah, 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 which I did. And they're like, well, we'd probably offer 100 or less, depending on condition. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You know, if you recall, I sunk like more than $10,000 into fixing the transmission and the engine. I mean, the thing runs fine. I was hoping to get like $2,000, $2,500 for it. But they were going to offer roughly $1,000 or less. Then I remembered that like nearby me, there was some people who were homeless staying at one of my neighbors. I was like, hey, wait a second, you know, maybe they can take this if, you know, maybe they want it. It's not much, but if you've been following this channel, you know this RV helped to keep me alive long enough to the point where I was able to buy this house. So, you know, the RV still runs. I don't know how roadworthy it is unless you really patch it up, because it's been sitting here. You know, it had the generator, which I bought and put on, and had fixed up until it sat. And then when those people moved in, they kind of just tore it up. And then I was going to convert it. My son was in here. I made a series of videos, but didn't even run those because we were going to do an RV conversion and convert this into like a tiny house. So he started ripping stuff up, then decided, you know what? He found another place to live instead of coming in here to live here in this place. So it kind of sat. And then I was like, well, you know, I started to dismantle it, and I took off the solar panels. I don't know if I showed the videos where I took off the solar panels. So you can see this mess here, and there's a reason there's a mess right now. But I took all the solar panels out, and I'm planning on using those to power the house semi-off-grid. So I kind of am moving the RV's solar power system and going to set it up for the house. So the house isn't going to be totally off-grid, but it'll have semi-off-grid for like when a hurricane or something comes and we lose power. At least my house will have some power. I started to set it up. I set up the battery bank, and then I had to pull a battery for the RV, and it's complicated. But long story short, I have a new wall here that I have. I only have 2 batteries in the bank. because I pulled one to put in the RV to start it. But anyhow, the RV does start. You see somebody's working on it, and I say somebody because it's not me. It's the person I gave it to. So I'm giving it to this guy and I guess his family, and they're going to try to fix it up and maybe use it to live in. So I'm going to leave it like this while he's working on this. But the thing did start and run when I tested it the other day. He has dug it out, put wood in here, because, it had been stuck in the, had been stuck in the sand. So we're gonna try to drive it out of here over the next couple days. I'm in process of emptying out the RV, trying to clean it up for him. But then I've got to knock this fence down, and we're gonna try to back it out of here, and then I'll have my yard. So I'll have a yard that I can use finally. Maybe raise chickens or something back here. I don't know. But that's what the plan will be. And in the meantime, good enough is going to go for good use. Somebody else is going to take it over. I kind of left them with a mess. But, if you recall what this RV looked like when I first got it, it was in even worse shape than this when I got it. And I fixed it up myself. So hopefully they're going to be able to make good use of it. I'm pretty much giving it to them for free. Although I'm going to do a bill of sales for $100. So that when they go to get it titled, and we're going to take pictures and show how bad it is, the kind of shape it's in. And that way they don't charge them, I think the value on the RV, if you look at book value, it's like $2,200 to $2,700 in this shape. So I don't want them to tax them for $2,700. So I'm gonna give it to them, but then say I sold it to them for $100. I'm gonna take some pictures that he can show the DMV, the kind of shape it's in, how bad it is. And so I should have did it before I cleaned up everything, but to show that it's all collapsed and bad. Because now it's kind of clean, which is not good. I mean, it is good that it's clean because we're cleaning it. But I'm trying to empty everything out, and I may even go as far as vacuuming and everything, just trying to make it neater for him. Because he's already going to have to do a lot of work. Probably going to rip out everything and then redo it all. But that's the plan, and I'm hoping that it works. Sadly, I didn't think of this before, so I did take out the propane stove. It's inside my house right now. We're using this stove, so it got removed. And also, I didn't think of giving it to that guy until after I had removed the solar power system. Otherwise, I would have let him have it, because they're pretty much living out of their car right now. And I know this is kind of a bad thing, but it's going to be an upgrade for them. Because I know when I was living in my van, it was hard. And then when I got into the RV, it became a little bit better. And then eventually I was able to get a house. So hopefully good enough will help them to stabilize, and maybe to the point where they can actually get a house somewhere. It's certainly going to be more comfortable sleeping in a bed than sleeping in a car. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, and I wanted to thank all of you who had contributed to this channel and to the RV when I was restoring it. Good enough, because good enough got me good enough to the point where I got a house and I'm no longer homeless. And like I said, I hope it can do the same for this family. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, God bless you all, and remember, sometimes good enough is really good enough, at least for the moment.